we got a camera guy holding fish.
FishON. FishON is proudly supported by Albert Sports and Workwear for all your outdoor needs. And Big Sky Flies and Jigs, tackle you can trust.
All right, FishON viewers, we are back here on Ivanhoe Lake at beautiful Red Pine Lodges where we get to launch our boats. Joining me for today's episode is Ontario Provincial Police Sergeant Steve Meunier, which will be fishing in my boat. And we got a good episode for you today, basically of law enforcement and stress relief of fishing. So we have Darren Donnell, an inspector with the Timmins Police Service, and Tiger Chenier, sergeant with the Ontario Provincial Police again. So guys, we're gonna go out on the water. This lake can turn on in a heartbeat. We're hoping to get some good fish. 6 fish, walleye obviously, 2 over 18 if you can get them. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna have some fun. We'll meet back here and weigh our catch. So good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
Good luck. So there's a little bit on the line with this episode because we've been playing it up for the past month here and we got to beat these guys. 2019, this is one of my favorite lakes to fish for big fish. The goal of today is to get you one for the camera. Because Stevie was on fire yesterday, catching fish. All we need is one like we caught yesterday and they're toast, they're done. And the best part about it is we showed him a picture of it.
Our strategies today?
Catch big fish.
Catch a big fish, yeah.
Big fish today.
Beat Paul and Steve. That's the strategy today.
We've done okay here. It's right close to the beach, nice and sandy, so it looks like we're marking a couple of fish in the fish finder. See if we can pick a couple up if my partner can get on it a little bit.
Got a small one, Darren.
My job to drive the boat and his job to get the fish in the boat.
Yeah, something like that.
I can keep that, I guess, put it in the live well.
Well, we might as well get one in the live well to break the ice.
Start our weight here.
Cute little fella. Does that white thing have to be in there, or?
Yep. It's in, eh?
Yeah, it was in.
My partner's on it.
So maybe the thing about you driving me catching is real, maybe.
Oh yeah, we've known each other for years. We have a good time. There's a lot of conversation. There's no topic that we don't know about each other. We're good friends. Our families all get together. I know all of them, so there's a lot of things that go on the lake that we get to share with each other and socialize, and it's an excellent time.
We only caught like 3 fish on jigging wraps yesterday. But I think as the sun warms up a bit today, we're going to catch more.
So my name's Steve Meunier, and I'm actually have the privilege of being related to Paul through marriage. Paul's my brother-in-law. A technique of fishing here that I've never used over the years that I've fished the jigging wraps, and got to come out yesterday and catch a few with Paul. It was a great day. Paul's pretty humble. He caught the fish. I pretty much netted them. And but overall, just an incredible experience. Just being out fishing is such a great thing to do, and I enjoy it immensely. I wish I had more time, but days like yesterday certainly encouraged me to come out more and enjoy fishing and just nature in general.
There's a fish. Yes, sir, Steve. They're on.
You get the net.
This is a good under. He's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here, he's here. Is it a pike? It's a slimer. Never mind. Slimer. Good, thank you. So we'll put him back. Let's get some walleye.
Ooh, just missing a. We'll try to get the bigger ones. We're marking some pretty good fish on the bottom there, so we'll see if I can't get those ones. If we keep catching them that size, we'll move off a bit and we'll try to get the bigger ones. Does it go down here, Darren, or does it stay at this level? Like it's just a flat?
Goes down 27 out straight out front of the boat, and then out the side of the boat to the 24. Right on the edge of all three there right now. So there we go.
Better fish here?
No, just a little guy.
That's good, bud. Oh, better than yesterday.
You know what? Yeah.
Oh, it's not too bad, bud.
Oh, until we get 6.
I got a good friend in Gogama calls that candy.
You know, we're hoping today to basically just get our viewers to know that fishing is good for health. And I think, you know, just with the people that we have competing today, they're all police officers. And the difficult part with police officers is that it's hard to leave your job and serve a small community. So, you know, they have a job to do. And doing it in a small community where they meet those people again in grocery stores or movie theaters or whatever, that's what increases the stress, I think, on the job. And Steve can probably give us a little bit more of a story about that, but that's where I think it's important to find a passion when high stress levels are in jobs. And you know, whatever that may be. I think maybe for Steve it might be curling, for me it's fishing. I think for our competitors, they're avid fishermen, they're avid anglers, they started tournament tours, and it's working for them. And I think that's the most important part, is to be able to find your stress reliever so that you can go to work the next day and be on top of your game.
Policing is can be and as Paul alluded to, it's a career that that when you police in the community that you grew up with, there's times where you end up having to deal with people that you've maybe even grown up with. One of the issues with policing, and it's not just indicative of policing, I think it's got a lot to do with any emergency service. You see a lot, and there certainly are things in this job that aren't average or normal in terms of when people get up and get dressed and go to work in the morning. There's things that you can't unsee. There are, we end up dealing with, horrific crashes, and we end up dealing with death and other things that your normal average person doesn't have to deal with. And then you go home and try and find some amount or degree of normality in your life to, go home at the end of your day. Our goal is to get home safe, in one piece, no different than anybody else, and spend time with our family. And sometimes it is hard to turn those images off. Post-traumatic stress is very prevalent in our line of work. And it's no different for other first responders such as firefighters, paramedics, and even those in the nursing career, just to name a few. So I find fishing very much an outlet. I'm passionate about other things such as curling, but fishing is definitely something that takes all that away for me when I'm out on the lake and able to catch, to be able to just even be out here, even if we're not catching anything. Just to be out here and be able to have this opportunity is certainly is good for my health.
Police work is inherently difficult, it's inherently stressful. There's a lot of things that go on that have to be dealt with on a day-to-day basis. It's healthy and it's good to have other activities, healthy activities. Fishing is one of those for me. Leisure fishing, great time coming out on a day like today, whether it's planned or unplanned. Have a great time doing it. Tournament fishing, about 3 years ago, Tiger and I started talking again about fishing, getting back into the derby thing, because we had done it a number of years ago. Went out and adding a little bit of competitive nature to it, whether it's today at FishON or the tournament fishing, just adds that little bit more excitement when you're catching a big fish, a little bit more adrenaline that pumps through when you get that big bite. So I have a great time doing both. Leisure fishing, we like to do a lot of it. I camp out here at Ivanhoe. So I get the opportunity to be out here fishing and doing it with a number of other friends and that as well.
If you do something that you enjoy, that definitely takes that bad part away from your life. In my role as a police officer, and the other officers that are here today have spoken of it, we have over 60 years of police experience amongst the three of us. So the three of us can safely say that we've seen some things that other people haven't had to see. And excuse me. And there are things in our work that you can't unsee. So coming out on the water, being with good friends and family is an out. In 2016, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. And it's something that just doesn't go away like a cold. It has its moments and its days. But through the help of family and recognizing that a mental illness is not necessarily a stigma, I was able to fight through it and keep working. I never missed any work. I had to take a break from what I did for a little while, and I don't want this to turn into a testimonial. However, with the support of people like Andre Chenier, and I was able to keep slugging. So what I want to tell people is don't be afraid to come forward. The stigma of mental illness is slowly disappearing in the realm of first responders, and I say first responders, I mean police officers, firefighters, paramedics, nurses. They're just to name a few. Social workers, those who receive trauma vicariously. It can happen to anyone. So don't be afraid to come forward. Don't be afraid to that you're going to be labeled. I'm living proof that you can get by that. And today was just an incredible day for me. If I wouldn't have caught one fish, it was still an incredible day.
We pre-fished a couple of times, and then we used to have our policing tournaments out here. We have an OPP fishing derby annually, and we had it out here a couple of years in a row. It was nice.
Yeah. Wow. That's the little guy. There you go.
Perhaps we should do a little bit of psychological warfare and grab our net once in a while. Wave the net around.
This little 13 inches there. We got
Lots
6 fish in the live well before we get too picky. Like.
We can always upgrade later, but
Yeah.
hopefully.
Stand by. Is it a good one, Steve? Hey, keep your tip up. Keep your tip up.
I don't know if I
Keep
got
your
weed.
don't pump your rod. Just keep your tip up. Give me a room in here. No, he's on. He's just swimming with you real faster.
No, it's weeds.
Weeds. Okay. Good try. It's okay.
I didn't know if we were drifting or don't put the weeds part on. It felt like he was tugging. Jesus.
It did look like it too. You know, like it is what happens in competition is that you start second guessing yourself, right? So there's no fish in the well. I know where we can go get some, I think, but that's always the trigger. What if the fish that we are able to catch are not there this morning, right? So what are you gonna do now? So that's why you gotta kind of make the decision a bit earlier today. So we're gonna keep going here a bit. It's still early. At 8:30, I'm gonna bottom bounce this whole section because I marked a lot of fish in the 22 to 24 inch range. So we're marking another one now in 29 feet. So the problem is that the bigger ones, my assumption is those fish are all gonna be, you know, your 14s, 15s, and we need to get those in the boat as well, just to get our confidence. But at what point do you switch to get those, right? Because the technique we're using now is a big fish trigger. Right, you're gonna get little fish, yes, but mostly a big fish trigger. It's a reaction bite is what we're looking for. So we're not looking for that feeding bite, we're looking for a reaction bite. So the fish that have fed, that are now just hanging out, and they get this jigging rap that comes flying by their face, they're gonna strike at it, and that's what we're doing right now.
And if that plan works for Paul,
It works for me. You got to stick to your plan, stick to your pattern. So obviously for FishON, we like to have a good episode. We like to have fish, right? That's common. And as a tournament angler, you have to practice, you have to be comfortable in the technique you're doing. So, you know, we've fished Ivanhoe many times before at this time of year, and typically we can get them pretty good on the jigging wraps, which is that aggressive technique. It's more of a reaction bite than it is a bite, like a feeding fish bite. So when we came out yesterday, I mean, listen, we got a good fish yesterday. I thought it would turn on a little bit more today on the jigging wrap, but obviously it was a little shift. And I think what paid off today was the decision making in the boat. And I mean, you've heard that numerous times before on FishON, is decisions are key. So because of, again, the structure we were fishing, we were able to bottom bounce and still maintain pitching jigging wraps.
Seem to be marking them, but they're not aggressive. Yesterday they seemed to hit a little more aggressively with that wind.
I am going to try some jigging wraps and see if I can get them to maybe get a little bit more active and try and hit this. Change colors up, see how it goes here.
Police are unionized, so every hour we got a 15-minute break. Yeah, I don't know what they want, but they're not even grabbing it. Yesterday I changed it up and it seemed to work really well, but today it's calm and there's very little wind.
It's fun fishing with these jigging wraps, so it's a different kind of bite for sure. But you got to be ready for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know Paul's a really good fisherman. I don't know about Steve. Little jab to my buddy.
It's a nice little spot that we got here. It comes up to a little bit shallower, so usually they come up feed right here, and it goes pretty well. If they're here at the time, then it goes real well and get you a lot of nice fish here. But if they're not coming up to feed right now, we're gonna have to go find them.
Okay, I'm gonna switch up.
That's the smallest fish of the day right there.
Oh, geez.
Bit right on the little bottom hook. I think that's as big as Tiger's minnow.
Yep, T&D fishing team right there.
Right there.
I got a plan. So, we're gonna do a combo run here. So because we want fish in the live well, because we're marking them below the boat, and because of the location that we're in, Aaron, I mean, similar to what we do on other episodes, is that we're gonna double up the technique. So we're gonna get Steve to bottom bounce at the boat, and I'll keep him in 24 feet, 22 feet at that area. We're gonna make that whole pass we just did again with him bouncing, but I'm gonna keep casting up on the sand flats to see if we can trigger the bite. So we're gonna have the combo effect here. So I'm gonna get Steve hooked up on his bottom bouncer. He did good with that yesterday. He caught a load of fish, and I think we're marking a lot that we'll see if we can trigger that bite and then still maintain our jigging wraps on the sand flats to see if we can get the bigger bite. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that whole pass again, opposite way, and see if we can get some fish in the boat.
I got one.
Okay, stand by.
Doesn't feel like he's too big.
Okay, tip up, go, he'll go. Okay, tip up, easy, I can't see him. Oh, not yet, not yet. There we go. Okay, this is a good underfish. I like it. Let's keep sticking with our plan, getting fish in the boat. Oh, look at that, perfect hook set again. I like that. I like that. Okay, let it go.
Okay.
And we're gonna put him in the well. He'll exhaust his air. We'll have to check on him periodically. Good one in the boat. Stevie, plan's working. The plan's working.
Yeah, the plan's working.
Policing has a lot of risks, and some of those risks aren't physical, they're mental. Officers see a ton of stuff when they're working. My role as a peer support member is to make sure that officers have multiple entry levels to seek that mental assistance that they need. We have several entry points for psychological assistance to officers who are struggling. There's no need to struggle in silence. Mental health is a big thing in policing. There's more awareness. I find the OPP is doing a fabulous job on getting those entry points. There's other companies that are on board now, like the Ontario Provincial Police Association. They're providing a lot of support for members. There's new legislation where the WSIB presumption of post-traumatic stress disorder is now available to law enforcement officers and emergency services. And the OPP is making huge steps towards mental health awareness with our members.
Lure that Steve is using is your go-to lure to catch walleye. I mean, no, if you want to catch walleye and lots of them where you're not overly worried about the size, that's the lure that everybody should use. It's a slow death hook. I have a 5-foot lead on a bottom bouncer. You rig a worm on it and you'll catch fish. You're not typically, for me, in my experience, on the slow death hook, the biggest fish I'll catch is 21, 22 inches, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I take those today. But the bigger fish typically come on a more aggressive bite or a different bait, in my experience. So, but like you see, it's putting fish in the boat, and that's what we need. It helps your confidence. It helps your decision making when you have fish in the live well.
I got one.
Okay, stand by.
Doesn't feel like he's too big.
Okay, bring your tip a bit higher, yeah. He comes swinging this way here. He's not nice. Okay, there's another one for the well. How bad? Not bad at all, Stevie. Good hook set. This hook here,
Yeah, it's a.
this hook is a
really
really,
does good,
what happens is that the fish really swallow it. And you have to be careful, because if they, this is a nice fish. If they swallow it, a little bit harder to maintain the fish. So, and our goal, obviously, is to maintain our resources. So we want to keep these fish healthy, so we'll release them after the day. Okay, foot.
Sorry.
Good. We'll keep these out because you're going to catch our 5 here and our 6 fish there. We're going to catch them, and then guess what? We get to play the rest of the day. That's what I like about this plan. We were able to bottom bounce and still maintain pitching jigging wraps. So when we shifted over to that technique and Steve was able to kind of catch a couple of fish there, it kind of gives you a clue. So we basically, you know, the bite wasn't on for the bigger fish on the jigging wrap. We moved over to the bottom bouncing technique, and you know, we were moving anywhere between 18 and 24 feet of water. And when we both moved over to the bottom bouncing technique, that's when we were able to pick up our fish.
I could be out fishing all day and not, and I've gone times where I haven't caught anything, but I just really enjoy being out. The bonus is that we're pulling in a couple fish, and Paul's plan is working. Am I good to drop line here, Paul? And as I said, fishing is such a, it's such an out. It's such a way of just kind of forgetting about some of the things you have to deal with at work. And so this is a really good day.
That's good, healthy lake. Looks like it's reproducing, all kinds of fish in here.
Oh yeah, tons of fish in this lake.
All kinds of them.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I don't like the sound of that that one.
No. See what Mr. Etchie has to say. Well, he's gonna have to wait because I got a fish. Come on.
Oh, I just hit one too.
Double header, perhaps? Ah. Another little guy. Well, I kept my nice minnow. Not bad. No.
Yeah, it's probably an upgrade though. Ah, same size. Oh, there he goes.
I might be on a school of small ones, buddy. Oh. Oh, don't go too far, big guy, don't go too far. Come here, little buddy. Don't leave him out of the water too much. That's the size that Denal catches. Well, it's funny because you rip them and then you don't get any, and then as soon as you just jerk it a little bit, you get a little fish. Fill the boat, I guess, but kind of hard to win a little friendly game of.
Oh. They're funny with these things today because they're hitting it right on that treble hook, eh, today?
Yeah, you don't have to jig as hard, I find. Like, you just have to pop it off bottom and they're grabbing it.
We've been out a number of times during the last week. We try to get out early in the morning, knowing that we were going to go out in the morning, and we've had quite a bit of success during the morning. Caught one nice one during the course of the week, and kind of our strategy was to locate the fish, spot lock on them, and throw jigs and leeches at them. It seemed to be what they were biting on the best. They were picking up on jigs and leeches pretty good, and then jigs and minnows they were hitting a little bit harder, so we were going to try that, and we did that for the most part of the morning. Threw some jigging wraps in that as well, hoping that we could get some bigger fish. We got on small fish early, seeing a lot of arcs, big arcs, trying to turn those fish on a little bit, but it wasn't working out with the jigs or the jigging wraps as much as we had hoped, so we switched to trolling around, a little faster presentation and trying to pick up some bigger fish and get them turned on.
So Ivanhoe Lake at this time of year is triggered this bite. The big fish will be up on the sand, and we've had great success, as you noticed from our episode in season 1 on this lake. So it's a little bit tougher today. It's a different year, obviously. But we were out practicing here yesterday, Steve and I, and doing exactly this, and just in a spot up the lake, and we hooked into a good 29-inch fish. Biggest fish I've caught personally on this lake. I've caught lots of 28s, 27s. You know, Sebastian and I were out here a couple of years ago. He got a good 31 and I had a 28 on at the same time. So they're here. So we're going to chase that fish today. He probably won't bite again, but there's going to be more. But we got him on this technique. So we're going to concentrate a lot on doing this just so we can get that big bite, because that one big fish will knock him out of the park.
I got one, Paul.
Okay, coming.
It's not big.
It's okay.
Or he's just following it in.
And up. Okay. Okay, they're still good. Still good.
All right, what are you thinking there, chum?
One more fish each, bud, and let's get out of here. We're gonna move one more time.
Yeah, I think my partner's right. I think we should move out and we can try something a little different. We'll see if we can find them again and go for a little drive. Better fish?
No. When they come right off bottom and hit it like that, you know they're small. Be nice to catch one with some weight. Come on, buddy. Oh. Okay, you got to edit that. I don't want Paul to see that.
As a serving police officer, we become right-hand dominant. We become dominant to the firearm, that firearm hand. So we always leave that hand free. So trying to readjust myself to reeling in left-handed and holding the rod in my right hand, which is my dominant hand, was it was foreign, and it actually affected how I handled the rod.
Nice. Very nice. That's our biggest under, I think.
The technique of jig wrapping is entirely new to me, and bottom bouncing I've done before, but with the technology that Paul employed and using the electronics with the sonar, and just overall his knowledge of fishing just made it an incredible experience. I was able to fight through the reeling with the wrong hand, and it paid off. I was able to and managed to catch a couple fish, so I felt like I contributed to the team effort. We're getting a little bit crowded here, so we're gonna go catch our 3 other fish here, or I think Steve will pick one up here in a minute, and then we're gonna move along to the other banks on the other side. But this is where I caught the big one yesterday, so that's why I wanna...
Yeah, it was around here, eh?
Yeah, this is why I'm working it out, but I'm a little bit crowded.
I got one.
Thought so. take them. We'll take them.
Want to shut that off, bud? This morning we got on to them, and a lot of small ones. We caught over 30 fish today, and we had a great day. And then we moved around, and then we started to find them.
Trying things a little different now. We're going to troll for a little bit and see if we can get these things biting and see if we can find some more active fish. We've got 6 in the live well, but they're not very big, so we're going to see what else we can do. See if we can find some. 10:30 now, so we've got a little bit of time left to catch the big one.
There's your bottom bouncer. Oh, yeah, that's a good eye. It's an upgrade for sure. Here it comes. Ooh. Another 18. Oh, that's an over. Good. Yeah, we've got our overs. Good. Sorry, Lily. Get out of your way.
Perfect hook set. Good fish. You handle these walleye all day like this here, and your hands are all cut up.
Yeah.
Like my hands are all cut right now. Look at that. Beauty. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Get out of your way here. So a bit of a funny story about those who were competing against in the other boat today. They were fishing in a fish derby on Matagami Lake earlier this year, and they fancy themselves as competitive fishermen, and I know they do quite well. But I guess when they went in to weigh in, and as I understand it, you're allowed to have 6 fish to weigh in, and I guess they had 7. They miscounted. So as I understood it, that had a profound effect on whether or not they were able to their fish have them count for that day. And so that just lends credit to the old saying that we policemen can't count. So I just wanted to share that as a bit of an anecdotal story about Tiger and Darren. So of course, when Andre made the mistake of telling me that at the office, we never, we let that go. We never teased him about it at all afterwards, right? So he may hear that story for the rest of his life, as far as I'm concerned. But anyways. All in fun, all in good fun. At the end of the day, we're all still friends, I hope.
We're marking some big fish, so we're going to try to get them to bite. Bottom bouncing and go-getters. The stress of the job is gone. You got friends that you can bounce stuff off of, what you're struggling with. And then, all joking aside, there's a lot of competition with you and I in the last couple of months and years leading up to this. This was a 2-year plan in the making. I'm so happy to be on your show and making the awareness for post-traumatic stress disorder and occupational stress injury in policing. And not only in policing, but law enforcement in general. I understand you fished with Steve Menier. He's a sergeant with me. Steve and I go way back. You have 60 years of policing in this fishing day today. And that's a lot of experience. That's a lot of things that we have seen. So this is a great way to let that stress go, catch some fish, have some good camaraderie.
Better fish?
Feels good, but
Just don't know yet, eh?
just don't know yet. Don't think it's an upgrade? Hitting it hard though. At least they're, I find they're punching those a little better.
Yeah.
Nice fish. Whew. That's a good hook set, bud. It's a good fish. That's a netter for sure.
I love the hook set.
Did you get the hook set on video, Lily? Oh, buddy, he's not even coming up. That's a good fish, buddy.
Oh, here he comes. Oh, yeah, that's a nice big pig, bud.
Oh,
There's the over.
that's the over we were looking for.
Oh, it's a picture of that one.
That's a beauty. 19.1. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a nice upgrade.
Still fighting hard.
You gotta get it, you gotta get it. There you go.
We're hopping around here.
That's okay, we'll take care of that after.
There we go.
Put them down in the bottom there. That'll help. It's 20-inch fish. Let's measure them just for knowledge.
Knowledge.
19 3/4. Okay.
Okay.
You gotta get out of the way. Yes, there we go.
Oh, sorry, they're.
That's good there. Okay, so we gotta take care of some fish in here. We gotta take this guy here. And take this guy here. Get him in there. Okay, now we gotta take care of this guy here. And take care. Give me some more here. Okay, he's good. This guy's gonna go. I think it's this guy.
Yeah,
Yes,
he looks
this
like
guy.
the smallest of
He's
them.
gonna go. So that's our upgrade there. We moved over to the bottom bouncing. We got fish in the boat. And not only that, bottom bouncing, we were able to get the bigger fish. So that was a surprise to me because typically in this lake, my bigger fish come off the more aggressive technique. So it's good to see, and I think it's good for the viewers to know that this lake, you can catch them on anything. Tip, tip, tip.
Yeah, I'm stuck in my seatbelt.
Yeah, he's a
here.
nice one.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Jesus. You know what? My cousin Lynn and Ricky there, avid anglers. Lynn's out in a boat. Their dad used to fish a ton. Actually, I used to fish with him too, and it's amazing that they're still carrying on with fishing. Ricky bought that Lund boat. He's out fishing all the time. Amazing to have family enjoying the same sport you do.
And just as an ad-lib to that, my father and Rick and Lynn's dad they used to work together at the Pamour mine years and years ago. They were partners working underground. So I've known that family for a lot of years, and they're great people. Great people. Nice to see them out here today.
Yeah. Oh. 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 Stay away from the motor. Oh my God, I can't even hold him. He's coming. Oh, almost, almost.
I can't see him.
I'm in your line, that's why.
There he is.
It's okay, just wait, he's not ready. Woo! Tiger Shady is
I think I got a
finished.
fish on here.
Okay,
on mine.
no, your bouncer's right here. 23 inches, 23-inch fish. Hey! 23. You're fishing against tournament anglers, so Tiger and Darren have had some good success on the tournament trail, and I know when we fish Matagami, if I can just get bigger fish than Tiger, that's what I'm happy with, because the guy can always pick up a 9-pounder. I think last year he had a 10-pounder in a tournament, so they can fish. Darren, I know, has spent a lot of time on this lake this week, so don't get me wrong, I was a little bit concerned today because they can catch fish, and I think that's the key message is you know what, we have competitions on FishON, but we also have a lot of fun. Tiger Shingy, Darren Donnell, I hope you're catching them, boys, because we got 2 overs. It's 10 o'clock. I told you we'd be done at 11:30, and we're gonna do a couple more upgrades here, no problem. We're gonna upgrade them a little bit, but you guys are on trouble. And this episode specifically, I mean, Tiger and I have been texting for the past week significantly saying, oh, you're going down. And, you know, yesterday when we go practice and we catch that big fish, man, I just want to get off the water and go throw it in his face, right? So I think that's the fun part about this as well, is that the competition that grows between our invitee guests is what makes it happen. You know, a 29-inch fish yesterday, we didn't catch him today, I mean, we got decent fish, but man, when I went to his campground and I showed him the fish, and plus we showed him the 17s that we were catching, right? So it's that anxiety, it's that, you know, knitting and grinning that we do, and, you know, just ribbing each other. That's what makes it fun, and that's what I think I enjoy most about FishON.
Got mine. Nope. I don't got one. Good one?
Yeah. Pike or what it is.
Come on, buddy, let's go. Big one. Hook him sideways. Nice thing about these Corn sunglasses, I can see a little deeper into the water. They're polarized, they're nice. Got a good fish, bud?
Better than I've had today so far, staying down too.
Darren and I have been friends since 1999. We both started our policing careers together. We're hitting our 20th year, and we have a lot of fun. We know each other's families, we're very close, and being law enforcement professionals, it's good to share. We have a lot of commonalities with work. I'm with the Ontario Provincial Police. He's with the City of Timmins, so that we have a different structure, but it works really well when you're able to share stories. Get him up, get him up. Got him, buddy. Nice.
There you go.
That might be an over, maybe. Good job, bud. Ah. There you go. Good job.
Whoa, bud.
What's that?
Right through his.
Hey, you need the pliers here, buddy?
No, it's just through the corner of his mouth. Around there.
Did you see the professional net job on that fish?
There you go.
Ooh, that might be an 18, buddy.
Ah, that's getting closer. Put a measurement on it. Oh no, it's only a 17.
Nice.
Jeez, that'd be a heck of a fight for 17.
Ah, it's always nice when you get an upgrade.
Yeah.
If we can get 4 more like that, that's gonna bring our bag up. So we're gonna give this spot here, it's a good spot. It's our last spot we're doing before we check in. We just got a call from our competitors and they're ready to go. They're kind of giving us a little feeling that they do have good fish, that they were able to upgrade some from the last time we saw them on the water. And you know, we'll see what it is. I mean, we have 23, 20, and some good 16s. I think we're gonna probably push 12, maybe 13 pounds. And that's perfect day for me. We've spent the better part of the last couple hours trying to upgrade to get a really big fish. We caught a pike, we caught a little walleye, but nothing that would really bank us in. So we got about 10 more minutes to go, and we're just gonna keep plugging away and see what we get.
Well, I think today was an amazing day. To echo what Paul said, we got a healthy amount of fish. We got a couple of good sized overs that I think are going to contribute to a good possibility of beating our competitors. They called over with the insinuation that they may or may not have caught a couple of big ones. I guess it'll all depend on how much we read into their bluff or their poker face. But overall, just been a remarkable day out here on Ivanhoe fishing. Definitely a place to come back and do again. And I'm looking forward to a little bit of camaraderie when we get off the water here.
If you're a very observant angler, you will notice right now that our competition actually slid in to our fishing spot. And they're just over there. And if we end up losing this competition because of their spot, we're gonna have some words to say to them. You know, they followed us, they kind of had a assumption that we had good fish, and they roll in right to where we just left and caught all our good fish. We're gonna have a chat later with them.
Our competitors have alluded to them having caught a few big ones themselves, albeit it's in the spot that we gave up for them to help them out, you know, because that's our nature, to be helping. And just a great experience today. Looking forward to sharing a bit of camaraderie and maybe poking a little bit of fun at one another when we get off the water.
Our game plan earlier on was obviously to get Steve bottom bouncing while I was flipping the jigging wraps, and then he was starting to catch a lot of fish. He was catching fish, he was catching fish, he was catching fish. So we went over in our electronics, we rely on the electronics significantly. And that's one thing, trust your electronics. If you're marking a fish, it is a fish. Don't second guess it, don't think it's a log, don't think it's anything else, it's a fish.
Paul relies on his instincts and his electronics to guide him. And we've enjoyed success with that so far. So I think overall it's been a great day.
We were able to bottom bounce and still maintain pitching jigging wraps. So when we shifted over to that technique and Steve was able to kind of catch a couple of fish there, it kind of gives you a clue. So we basically, you know, the bite wasn't on for the bigger fish on the jigging wrap. We moved over to the bottom bouncing technique, and you know, we were moving anywhere between 18 and 24 feet of water. And when we both moved over to the bottom bouncing technique, that's when we were able to pick up our fish. Guys, we've made it off the lake, and Steve and I got on some good fish early this morning. We were able to get a couple overs, not big overs for this lake, but we managed to get a couple of overs to get our weight pretty well where we want it to be. So Darren, a little bit about how your day on the water went today.
You know what, it was a beautiful morning. We started off not a whole lot of wind, not a whole lot of waves, so we got out there and we spot locked on a couple of spots, caught fish everywhere we went, marking a lot of good big arcs on the fish finders, but unfortunately we caught a lot of small ones. At the start of the day we couldn't get the bigger ones to turn on. Then as the day kind of rounded out, we got on some bigger fish, we got on them quick. Missed one or two that we rolled over on the bottom and didn't get them into the boat, but got a pretty good weight today.
And overall, guys, a day on the water like we had today, I mean, this for me is what makes me going to work on Monday morning, right? This is what I enjoy doing, this is my passion. So I think if we can get the message out there that fishing is really important for certain people that like it, to get out there, get the health benefits of fishing, and it helps in your job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what, we were out on the water today on Ivanhoe Lake, and what a great place to be out on the water. So go fishing for the day, go swimming for the day. You see a lot of people that are out here. Everybody's out here having fun. We're fishing and we're doing our thing during the course of the day, but you see boats going by with people, families, everybody out having a really good time today. Turned out to be beautiful out, and yeah, it was a great time.
All right, so down to the wire here. We need the weights. So what did you guys end up getting today?
Today we did pretty good. We got 9.7 today.
Wow, and you know what, realistically 9 pounds, you guys know in tournaments, that's what you're looking for. If you can get 9 pounds plus, you have a good day. So that's a good day on the water. Stevie?
Today we had a great day. We ended up with 11.15 pounds.
11 pounds, 15 ounces with our weight. So good day on the water, guys. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this episode of Fish On, and hopefully we can get a real challenge again on another time on this lake. So congratulations and thank you for coming.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Congratulations on your second place, Tiger.
Good job, guys. Law enforcement is a difficult job. You guys work in the community that you live in. So to do a job in law enforcement, when you have to go home or go to the grocery store and see those people, that's what makes it very difficult. And my hat's off to the job that you guys do, and hopefully we bring awareness to people that, you know what, police officers have a job. They got to do their work and they're there to help us. So amazing to have you guys on the show. I really appreciate it. The episode today couldn't have been any better. Thank you again, guys. I really appreciate it.